it. All right, start us off. Going to the cloud.
What 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 we even talking about first?
We doing Ben Simmons. We here.
Then you started. That's your man's.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. And again, you can catch us on all of our platforms. We're all over social media, but you can catch us on Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, Spotify, and the whole nine. But listen, y'all know why we're here. We are here specifically for one reason. Well, a couple of reasons, but mainly because Ben Simmons. Now, we've been going back and forth whether or not he's going to play, if he's not going to play. So now this week, we know for sure that he's made a declaration that he has no intentions on ever playing for the 76ers ever again. So he's actually forcing the Sixers' hand. My question is, what should we do now? Should we make him play? Or should we just sit him and get the trade that we want? What should we do? Because my belief is I'm not making no trade just to trade him just because he wants out of here. He has 4 years left on his contract. 4 years. So if you got 4 years left on your contract, the cards to me is in our hands, in the Sixers' hands. Don't make a trade just to trade him. Look at the Rockets right now and the disarray that they in because they was forced to make a trade. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, but see that been my thing the whole time about it. We had
Before you start, listen, we here live. We taking calls tonight. I'm gonna send a link, our Zoom link, and if y'all want to come in and chime in, just call, give us a call, and we want to hear from y'all. We want to hear because it's just the two of us tonight. So the fans, everybody that's part of the family, they pretty much y'all part of the show tonight. So I'm gonna put the link in here. I want y'all to come and join the show. We want
just me. Just remember, keep it clean. What I'm saying, we're a family type show, Christian.
Oh yeah, don't be
so
here.
What I'm saying. We knew how sports could get us, but let's just keep it clean.
That's
what I'm saying.
But I'm gonna push.
Keep it fun.
I'm gonna push to put it in the link, and I want y'all to join us tonight. We here for y'all. We doing this together. All right, Wayne, what you about to say?
Yeah, see, this is the way I felt about Ben from the beginning. We had some people in here saying, "No, you ain't gonna get no worth for Ben." Guess what? If I'm not gonna get worth for him, I'll sit him because I'm not just gonna give up a piece. I don't. First of all, neither one of us think that Ben is complete trash. I think there's value to Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody gives me a piece that can help me in my run for the championship, then fine. But I'm not just going to give him away to satisfy him and bring in a piece that's not even going to help me. For all that, let him sit and we see what we got here first. And I think that's what Maury and them I think that's what they want to do. See what they got out of Maxey, see what they get out of anything else, see what other pieces they might need after that. And who knows, like if Maxey or Paul Reed or Isaiah Joe, I know he's hurt now, but if any of them come in there and they're balling, they become other pieces that you can package with him and maybe bring in a star. And not even a star. I do think that it's still an opportunity that you can get. Maybe I don't know what's going to happen in Chicago because Zach LaVine is up for a contract renewal, and if they tried to build a team up to keep him happy at the trade deadline, you got people like him and Bradley Beal and Dame Lillard, who when the thing coming, if their team has no shot, these dudes is older. You know what I'm saying? They might want to be out.
That's true. And from what I'm hearing, Zion Williamson is angry.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. But tell me, does Ben have a serious gripe about being angry?
No.
See, I think you do. I think.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Last year, before the trade deadline, when James Harden was angry with the Houston Rockets, they had a package. The package featured Ben Simmons. Now, prior to that, Ben Simmons has been the 1 and 1A. Him and the B has been a franchise. They've been the staples of the Sixers franchise. For the first time, they actually put him in a trade. So right there, you're feeling a certain way. Everybody got an ego. And don't nobody want to be traded from that. No matter what you say, you put me in a trade. Now I'm looking at the organization a little different. I'm not saying as home. I'm looking at myself as a commodity. That happened first. Then what happened in the offseason, and that was before he stunk it up. He was playing solid at that time. That was before he had that collapse in the playoffs. Now in the playoffs, he's getting all of the blame. I mean, we always say how much blame he should get. And everybody say he should get like 80% of the blame. Everybody kept saying 80, 75.
He should.
So all of the blame went on Ben. Now we're not excluded. Nobody talking about Embiid and his 8 turnovers and everything. Everybody keeps saying this. Ben did this. Ben did that. So now he's angry because now the people turned on the fans. He had a bunch of fans. Now the fans turned on him. The media turned on him. And then Morey at the end of the conclusion said, we are looking to trade him. So now they said they were looking at trading. They tried to trade him earlier. The fans turned on him. The media turned on him. Why would he want to come back?
I'm not trying to hear none of that you just said. And I'm gonna tell you why. And people listen, some people, first of all, let me explain this. Where are we at? Choo Choo. I agree. His mom need to whoop him. Somebody need to whoop him. But this is my whole thing with the whole Ben Simmons thing. Now, some people might come on here and they, oh, you a Ben Simmons hater. I was never being accused of being a Ben Simmons hater during the season. Because my whole feeling when Doc came in here was give Ben Embiid an opportunity. I wasn't willing to just trade Ben Simmons for anything before. Even for I wasn't ready to give everything up for James Harden. But my thing was give them an opportunity. If Ben would have played the way he played in the regular season, we would have beat Atlanta easy, in my opinion. I didn't think Ben was trash all postseason, but the way he got shook when he started getting fouled, you keep talking about Embiid's 8 turnovers. Is it not coincident? So you tell me it's coincidental that the game when Ben Simmons is running from the ball, your point guard doesn't want to handle the ball, so now your center has the ball more and is forcing stuff and getting turnovers. Your center's not, and I'm not absolving. Embiid did have bad games. I'm not saying Embiid didn't have bad moments, but you can't tell me Embiid was the reason we lost that series. I blame. No, why?
Because they got to game 7. They got to game number 7 of the second round of playoffs. And Embiid in that game had 8 turnovers.
Because your point guard was so scared to touch the ball, he threw the ball when he had an easy dunk.
So
wait, all right, but I'm gonna
turn the ball over.
So we've talked. Well, no, it's not that. My thing is the mindset is your point guard is supposed to handle the basketball. If he's running from the basketball, who's handling it? You got everybody else doing his one job is to handle the ball on offense. We know he's not going to shoot. So his job is to handle the basketball, play defense, and hit a freaking foul shot.
The boy George, what's the backup point guard that we
I don't care about the backup. Ben is your star point guard.
Oh my God.
He's your star point guard. So wait, this is why now even with that. This is why I'm not giving Ben Simmons this. He has a reason to gripe. You know why? Because everybody had a problem about Ben Simmons not shooting all these years, and the Sixers continue to excuse him. They even gave him a max contract, even though he was based on his potential to do this other stuff better. And then when Ben Simmons showed that he wasn't even working on trying to do that, they started accentuate his other things. And this is one of the things I said the last couple of years. My big thing was, I know he's not going to shoot. Just don't turn the ball over and shoot free throws better. But he refuses to work on those things. Well, no, he did do better with not turning the ball over. But the free throws is inexcusable to shoot 30% in the playoffs because you're scared to death.
First of all, he never shot 32%. This was an anomaly. What happened?
He shot 30% in that series. What did he shoot?
No, I'm saying he did shoot 32%. We can't take that away from it. I'm not absolving Ben Simmons and his lack of development as far as jump shot and everything. What I'm saying is, everybody, the whole city turned on. Like, why would you want to come back to a city where you know you're going to get?
Because I don't want to hear that. Because first of all, he said he didn't have a problem with the fans. He didn't say no. He said he had a problem. He said he didn't say he had a problem with the fans. He said he had a problem with Morey and Doc. And this is why I don't buy that. Okay, he might feel some kind of way because Morey was looking at trade things. That's part of the NBA. But it's no way in the world he should be like that with Doc. Doc defended this man all season. People ripped Doc. Doc went every time when people talk about Ben shooting and Doc would get mad at reporters.
But what did Doc say immediately after the series?
You know what Doc said? They asked Doc if they can be a championship winning team with Ben Simmons at the point guard, and he said, "I don't know." So that means maybe Ben Simmons ain't his point guard. Put him at power forward. He didn't say Ben Simmons, we can't win with Ben Simmons on the team. He said as the point guard.
that's the thing. At the end of a press conference or at the end of the game, what you got to do is you got to be there to take care of your players.
Man, you're a grown man. Stop that.
You know they all got egos. You know they all have egos.
He's a grown man. I don't care what kind of ego he got. Okay, let's bring it. I don't care what kind of ego he got.
Yo, we got our first caller up right now. It's Choo Choo Mamaki. What's going on?
Doing? What you got for us?
You know they all got egos. You know they all have egos. Calling you live. I don't care what kind of ego we got. Okay.
Mama Keith.
How you doing? Nice to see you. Yo,
nice to see you too.
What you got to say about this?
Look at this. Now, I'm going to tell you as a mother of Philly. You understand? I'm coming as a mother of Philly.
Okay.
My son love the Sixers. He ride with the Sixers. He been riding with Ben and Embiid.
Okay.
Ben, the fans, they spanked him after the game. What they going to do? They spanked him. He didn't do his job.
Okay.
So you got to take that whooping. You understand? But then you come back. You say you on that little press conference that they going to do right before camp or something, you get back and you say, I messed up. I didn't give y'all 100%.
I respect that.
I gave y'all 70%. Now, I'm going to give y'all 100%. I done been in the league. I done been in, in the camp all summer doing stuff. I had my little parties with my house. Okay, good. But I've been working too. You understand? And then you get back and you show them the first game.
Well, let me ask you this though. Are you going to boo him at the stadium when he the first time? Will you boo him or will you give that support to him?
No, I'm not going to boo him because I'm a mom. I'm not going to boo him.
Now, wait. First of all, let me ask you this. He said boo. So are you talking about booing if he comes back as a Sixer or if you're talking about if he comes back on another team?
Okay, now if he come back on another team, I ain't with him. That's just it. I ain't with him. He out. But you come back when you from Philly, you got to you can't cower and run. You can't do that. We don't do that. You can't cower and run. You got to step up to that plate and be like, I'm back. And every time they give him that ball, I don't care where you at on the field. I don't care if you at the other end. Shoot that darn ball.
I feel you.
Get the fans back. You understand that?
I agree.
That's all you got to do. But you can't sit up there and say, I'm not going to play. I'm not going to play. You can't be a brat about it. Don't do that.
I agree with that. Thank you so much. You got to call us again, though. We appreciate that.
I will. Thanks for the love, y'all.
Yeah, and make sure you subscribe and like that thing too.
I will. You got.
All right, take care. Thank you.
All right, so she's saying that she won't boo. We want to make sure all the fans gonna be like that because that's what Ben is scared of. That's what I believe. That's what.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this way: if he come back as a Sixer, if they bring him back as a Sixer, and he's on the team in any capacity, I don't care. When all this is said and done, I just want to win. So if he's on the team, I'm going to support him because I want to win. I'm not coming in with no Ben. But if he come back on another squad. Oh, he hearing it every time he touched the rocket. Every time he touch it, I'm calling all kind of names. I might get kicked out the stadium. For real, because what he's doing to me is ridiculous. You had so much support from this whole organization all these years. He hears one bad thing from Maury. First of all, Maury just got here. He hears this about Maury, and he hears one bad word from Doc.
Maury attempted to trade him several times.
But James Harden, I don't care. If you talking about James Harden, we already know if we'd have got James Harden for him, we would have been. You don't think? All right, if we'd have made that trade him for James Harden, what do you think? You think we'd have been a better team?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if you're Ben Simmons, is your ego?
That is the business. That is the business of this sport.
You're still human.
I don't care. It's still the business. Stop with this. And I'm not even going. You know what? The bad part is, you know how we usually say this to the millennials. He's not even a millennial. This that other generation. This the TikTokers. This is them right now. I can't.
John Adams, he told some fans turned on a dude who's been playing them for 4 years.
Hey, email. I do support Jalen Hurts, but I'm also the same way I expose whatever problems Ben Simmons have. I'm going to expose what I think. I used to talk about all the time of the thing that I don't think Ben Simmons could do well. That I thought Ben Simmons would never shoot like that well. I said that, and I just don't think Jalen Hurts. You hyping Jalen Hurts' arm? I don't think his arm is that strong. What's up, Mark?
Yo.
What's up, baby boy? What's going on?
What's good with y'all, man? What's good with y'all, man?
We live, baby. We live.
Are you booing Ben Simmons if he returns?
You already know it. You already know it.
No, wait. Hey, Mark. Now, if he returns as a Sixer, are you going to boo him?
I'm born to return as a Sixer. I'm born to return, and I'm born that bull, man. Yo, listen, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. Me and Wayne was riding with the bull. We understood what everybody was talking about, but we gave the bull the benefit of the doubt the whole time. Then he gonna come up with this crazy stuff he doing right. Come on, man.
What is he doing that's so crazy? He like that other diva players haven't done. Last year you saw Anthony Davis. He did the same thing.
What does Anthony? No. What did Anthony Davis do?
Just trying to get out of New Orleans. How he pouted.
But Tim,
he did the same thing.
The way he played, the way he can't do this, dog. The way he played, he can't do that.
Do you know Ben Simmons? Do you know Ben Simmons was the only starter that was a plus negative in a game 7?
I don't care.
Yeah, probably because they put him on the bench.
No, that wasn't. He just Embiid was a negative.
Listen,
all of them was negatives.
Let me tell you something.
So go ahead, Mark. My fault. Go ahead.
First of all, y'all already know we don't do that in Philly, man. We don't do that. If we ride with you, we ride with you. We not. And if you do something to disrespect us like he doing right now, he ain't gonna get no love, man. He ain't getting no love. None.
This is my thing with Ben Simmons, though, right? That's even like Embiid. Remember when we lost to Toronto and Embiid was crying and everybody was clowning him and everybody was talking about Embiid and Chick-fil-A and he got to stop eating and Embiid got all kind of grief. And what he do? He hit the lab and he came back even better.
That's what I'm talking about.
Ben Simmons catch the grief and it's like, I want to leave. They're not babying me no more. I want to go with my girlfriend that's smutting everybody in the league.
You know what's crazy? Like y'all was saying, this generation right here, they babyfy, cuz they are appeasing them. They got to stop that, man. They got to stop it. And right now is where we stop it. Ben Simmons gets no love in Philly no more. He's done.
So you done with it.
You're gonna do like Paulie did the bull Henry Hill. We washed our hands and I turned our back.
What's up, Joy?
What's up, Joy?
Australian accent.
Wait, what you say? What'd you say?
I said he doesn't even have an Australian accent.
So what?
That's why he's a fraud.
Yeah, see them real Aussies like Sam Adams. I mean, the boy Adams and Mills and all them. They got heart. Even Thibault went and played. Wait, hold up. This is my other thing with Ben though, right? So then his thing was, oh, I'm not going to play with the Olympic team because I want to focus on my game. Come on, man. He was hiding. He's hiding.
He's fugazi, man. He was fugazi. I'm done with him. It's over, man. I'm done. We did that. We was there. And guess what? If you go to another team and do good, I really don't care no more.
Me neither.
I don't even care.
I'm still rooting for him because I think he still is a big contributor for the Sixers.
Stop, Tim. Stop.
I got to roll my boo.
Come on.
Wait. You still rooting for him if he's with the Sixers or if he's with another team?
I'll be a fan from afar.
Tim,
I have no reason to hate Ben Simmons. I'm sorry.
I don't hate it either. I don't hate
it. As a Sixers fan, you don't have a reason to hate him?
Why?
Well, because he quit on you and he quit on your team.
He sure did. And I'm not going to use the word hate. I disdain him. He's a coward. He's a coward, man.
He's a noodle.
Yo,
and listen, wait, hold up real quick. That being said, if they bring him back, I'm going to root for him just the same because I want my team to win over anything else.
He's on my team. But let me ask y'all a question, though. Do y'all think that they should just sit him instead of trading him for something that's trash?
No, that's what I said when we first came on. Absolutely.
He has to sit.
Right.
You're not giving him up for nothing.
Yep.
All right. Marcus Dallas week. Do we got a shot?
Absolutely.
Come on, man. Of course we do. Of course.
Right.
It's you know what I mean? I think it's a 50-50 shot. I'm going to tell you what we ain't got a shot with, though.
Stop saying it.
We ain't got a shot with Tom Brady and them guys.
Yes, we do. I don't know. We don't accept that kind of nonsense, Mark. Thanks for the call, though. But no, don't be hating on. We're gonna win. That's the game we're gonna win. We're gonna shake up the world. That's when we're gonna be known. That's when that's gonna put us on the map. That game right there.
How we gonna win that game? What you playing? Some injuries is gonna pop up or something?
What did you say?
You playing
No,
some
we
injuries?
good.
Okay.
Yeah, but y'all, come on. We talking Sixers. We talking Phillies. They go to they start.
Hey Herb, that's my man. Hey Herb. That's how I was for Bark. You said wherever Ben go, you gonna root for him?
Yeah, Herb's team.
I
That's what's
can't.
up.
I can't because I don't care. I don't care what you say about Ben Simmons. First of all, the organization didn't treat him the organization didn't disrespect him. They gave that man. They paid that man They paid that man a contract of a superstar at the time. They paid him that kind of contract. So they gave him that, and he didn't increase he didn't get better at most of the stuff that they needed. And then the other part is when they finished, the Sixers sent help over there to him. Said, listen, we're going to send you some help. And he said, I don't want it. Because he throwing a hissy fit. He could go for all I care, bro. I can't just that. And I'm still not saying Ben Simmons is trash. I'm not saying that he's garbage, but he doesn't want to work to make his game better. He's a noodle. He's a sucker. So I'd rather trade him, but I want something back for it.
So Zion Williamson, if that trade is available,
yup,
you making it?
Yup, you ain't gotta ask me twice. You know what? If I make that trade, I might try to see if it's somewhere that I could send Tobias. If I make that trade, like if I could trade Tobias for either a point guard or a shooter, I really want to see what Maxey do, man. I think Maxey. I think Maxey can be. I'm not saying he's going to be as good as him, but I think his game style can be like Ja Morant. I think his game style could be like that.
With a jumper.
Ja Morant don't got a great jumper though.
No, I'm saying Tyrese, he actually developed the jumper. That's
I saw that shooting around. He hit a lot of rim in them shots. I'm not saying that he can't shoot, but see, this is my thing with NBA. Because who was it saying? I saw this one thing, and they was talking about like they went to NBA practice, and when you see people shooting the NBA practice, they all hit. I remember watching Iguodala like before the games, like going down there, and he would drip them. But in the game is different. So my thing is, if in practice, and I'm talking about in practice, these bulls hitting all net. I wasn't seeing Maxey hitting like his Jones was still like his back rim rattle around going. It was going in, but to me, it don't give that mindset of his J was going to be wet like that. So, but I think he brings a lot of intangibles, and he's good. I like his speed and I like his heart.
But do you think Daryl Morey deserves any of this blame? Because I don't see nobody saying nothing about Daryl Morey. What has he done? Because I can argue that the team that Elton Brand put together with Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris and J.J. Redick was way better than the team that Morey put together last year.
Oh no. Well, I mean, I agree with that. But so what was Morey supposed to do during the season? You don't think he made the Sixers better this year? You don't think bringing in Curry? Curry and Danny Green.
Curry was coming regardless.
No, I don't want to hear the Curry coming.
His son-in-law was.
Who brought him in? Who made the deals to bring him in? Who made the trade to bring him in? I don't care what Doc wanted this and he made the deals to bring him here. Curry he was traded here, right?
He was traded here, yeah.
Okay, so who made the deal?
That was a no-brainer.
Who made the deal? You still got to orchestrate the deal.
That was no. So you saying nobody could have orchestrated that deal except for Morey?
No, I'm not saying that, but how do you know that Brand would have made it? Morey, you can't say Morey did nothing. When he brought him in, he brought Danny Green in, he brought Dwight Howard in. You loved Dwight all season. Didn't he draft Tony Bradley, who you loved? So see,
Morey admitted, he said he followed the plan that they already had in place
for the
draft. He didn't have anything to do with the draft. Nothing. So Tyrese, no, that's all Elton Brand and Doc Rivers.
But I never had a problem with Elton Brand. I actually thought Elton Brand did. The only knock I got on Elton was the whole Al Horford thing. Other than that, I liked all the moves Elton made.
I did too. It's like, and that was to me.
So are you going to blame Elton for this whole for everything? What do you see? Where are you drawing the line at? You want to give Elton all the praise, but then give Morey all the rip Morey because Morey still brought in the trades though, right?
Morey, literally the one thing I will give him credit for is Al Horford getting that contract off the books. Outside of that, I can't see more. I'm not giving Morey no praise.
Did he bring Curry in? Did he bring Danny Green in? Did he bring Dwight Howard in?
That Danny Green that was all part of the Al Horford trade.
So, but did he do all that?
So he gets a D. Okay, he gets a D from me.
So what did he get the D for? But wait a minute, you saying he gets a D, but he tried to trade Ben Simmons to give you Harden.
That's so you give out A's for effort.
No, I'm not giving an A for effort. But what did he do? What did he do that was so horrible this season?
He didn't do enough. That's what I'm saying. He didn't do enough.
What was it that
team better?
You do realize that other teams have to deal with. Nobody wanted to get. You didn't want to get Ben Simmons up. He could have traded Ben Simmons for some other things. You didn't want to get Ben Simmons up, right?
That's his job. We pay him.
Wait, no. He
gets paid a whole lot of money. He gets paid a whole lot of money.
So you didn't want him to give Ben Simmons up.
Smarter than me as a fan.
You didn't want him to give Ben Simmons up, right?
Yeah, he's a pillar. He's him and Embiid. I argue I would give up Embiid and kept Ben Simmons and built the team around a bunch of shooters.
And that's why you're not because guess what? You know what would have happened? Ben Simmons would start getting fouled and he wouldn't have won it. So then one of your shooters would have had to bring the ball up and do that.
I don't
see. And Ben Simmons would have just stood. This is just the other point, right? With Ben Simmons, this is why I was so burnt. And I accept him for what he is. And if you give me regular season Ben Simmons, I think we could have competed even with the Bucks. But Ben Simmons running from the ball altogether was horrible in my eyes. Because
I'm not gonna let that. His stat line wasn't that bad. He did score a lot of points, but he
ran from. I don't care about.
He had 13 assists in the game 7.
But I don't. Yeah, because he threw the ball as soon as he touched it. And nowadays they give you assists if you dribble 3 times. You can
13 assists
3 times. You can dribble 3 times, pump fake, turn around, fake pass, and shoot, and they still give assists. Now I don't know how the assist thing work now.
Here's the thing that people don't realize about Ben. If you get rid of Ben, you got to change your whole backcourt lineup because you can't play Steph Curry and another short guard. You gotta have some type of height. That is the reason why Dallas made the trade, because Steph Curry was playing in the backcourt with Luka, and it didn't work. Offensively, they were scoring, but defensively, they was giving the same amount of points. When you get rid of Ben, you're changing the entire dynamic of how the Sixers are ran. So it's like, think about when you say I'm trading Ben, what you also doing is impacting who's going to be the shooting guard, who's going to be lining up next to Steph Curry. It's a whole lot of tangibles.
But I hear you, and I supported Ben. I was cool with what Ben Simmons was. I was cool with him not shooting. My thing that I said all season long. First of all, when we met, I never wanted to trade Ben because I wanted to give Embiid and Ben a chance to play with a good coach. So I was never on board with the trade Ben just because people were so tired because he wouldn't shoot. I didn't care. But I said many times, I don't care that he don't shoot jump shots, but he has to improve. And I said this from the beginning, from the first season he was here. He has to improve his free throws, and he can't turn the ball over. And I think because he doesn't improve his free throws, he's scared. You know what even made it worse? Look at the series after that. Atlanta tried to foul Giannis. Giannis missed them free throws the first game. Miraculously, the next couple games, he came out stroking free throws. That's what the star does.
They're not giving up Anthony Edwards. I would take him in a heartbeat, but they're not going to give him away. They're not going to give him up. They said they want to the future. They were trying to build around him. And then if they get Ben and him, plus they got what's the tall boy, that center board?
I would take John Wall for Ben Simmons right now.
See, that's crazy.
Why?
Oh, so now the 13 assists was Fugazi, huh?
I'm not going to rip Ben for, like I said, to me, Ben is a good, I would even say Ben is a good player in the league because I think that his defense is phenomenal. I think that his court, I think that he can see the court because of his height, the way he handles ball. I think, in my opinion, the whole problem with Ben Simmons' game is free throws, because I think that if he hits free throws at a decent level, it don't even got to be great, like 80% and 70%. If he can shoot in the mid 60s, and
he got to be 70. 70 is.
I would prefer 70, but even if he shot in the mid 60s or something like that, because I think that's what the Zion shot. Zion shot like what 69%, and Ben shot like 60. But even if he shoots in the 60s, the higher 60s. I think it's a mindset. See, if you feel like you can't hit free throws, then you're afraid to touch the ball. You're afraid to attack. I think if Ben Simmons will just work on nothing but his free throws one off season, and he can hit them and be comfortable with them, then he attacks the basket better. He looks to score. People won't foul him on purpose as much because they don't want to give him free throws. So the defense will actually kind of tight, like loosen up on him some. And I think that's the key to his whole game. But he said he don't need that. He cool with just working on his dunks. He cool with just working on his dunks against the Australian junior high school teams. He's cool with this, or going to the gym, the YMCA, and shooting against point guards over there.
That's not true. I mean, I do hate that it's turned out to be like it is, but I think Ben just needs to just forget about last season and then just come and just be a total just come and fresh start. See, this the only thing the one thing I'm mad about Ben is that diva mentality. I hate when we got players who act like a diva, like
well, that's the one thing, huh?
Yeah, that outside of that, like your feelings can be hurt. Like you got to learn to move on. You got to be able to move on, accept what it was. Especially if you come in and I think like the first caller, how she was saying, she said after it was all over, just come in new season, apologize for your play, and the fans will love you. That's how Philly are.
But he's not going to, because and this is the other thing. Well, first of all, let me give my man who just said that. Hey, somebody was just talking about I'll find it. But we was talking about like with Ben Simmons. Oh, he was saying about Ben Simmons wouldn't be aggressive. But this is my thing. If Ben Simmons is hitting free throws, I think he will be more aggressive. I think the main reason, and I've said this for years, that he's not as aggressive at the basket and stuff like that is because he's afraid to get fouled, and he's afraid to go to the line. If he has it, like if you look at players, look at Embiid, look at Harden, look at how many times they want to get fouled. Like dudes that can shoot foul shots want to get fouled, so they go at it looking for somebody to foul him. I think Ben Simmons would do the same thing if he could shoot free throws.
You just got the thing. You got to practice. If you practice with your trait, then that whole poor performance it'll get better. You just don't want to practice.
But that's the whole thing. That's why I'm saying I think it's just so that's why it's justified that they was looking to trade him. It's justified that and this is the other point I was gonna make. Remember when Brett Brown was here, and everybody knows I'm not the biggest Brett Brown fan. I never really was, and I was ripping Brett Brown for years, and people was telling me I was just a hater and this, that, and the other, and Brett could win the chip and all this other stuff. Brett Brown developed a losing culture here. So that's my biggest problem with Brett Brown. I never felt we could win with him and his losing culture that was developed under his lead.
Yeah.
That being said, everybody was ripping. Remember when Jimmy went out and was talking and everybody was talking. Everybody was talking about how Brett didn't hold nobody accountable. Doc tried to hold Ben accountable and Ben ready to quit. So Ben Simmons, now it's looking like Ben Simmons is the issue.
Ben Simmons was part of the issue, but if he could just get that part of his game, and people forget about this too. And I read this earlier, I think a couple of days ago. Remember that summer when Kobe was threatening to boycott the Lakers too because he was mad about the direction they were going in. He wasn't going to show up for training camp. He decided at the last minute to show up. This is after this Lakers stuck with him when he had his assault allegations. Mm-hmm. A couple years later, he gets mad at the entire organization. Refuse. So this is what diva players do. This is what star players.
But guess what? Kobe had and Ben don't. What they call it, the Mamba mentality. Ben don't have that.
I wish he did, because he'd be.
And Herb, Herb Saunders. You got to stop this. And B gets touches. Ben don't get 20, 30 shots a game. Ben touches the ball more than anybody else because he's the point guard. He has the ball. He gets rebounds. He runs up court. He has the ball every possession. He touches it. It's not he don't get shots because he don't shoot. It's not he don't get shots because nobody give him the ball. He has the ball. He don't want to shoot. So you can't use that excuse talking about some Ben Simmons don't get the touches. Joel get stopped. It's okay to like Ben Simmons, but let's keep it real. Go ahead, Tim. My fault.
Yeah, it's all right. All right. So the last week, they saying that not an issue, but the suggestion for the Sixers to retire Kobe Bryant's high school number.
For what? What Kobe do for Philly?
And that was my point. I was hoping nobody was going to co-sign that. Kobe might be a cool dude. A lot of people like him. But what exactly, I wouldn't do it. That's what they got going on right now.
Jimmy J, if Embiid was that dude, why would Jimmy leave? Jimmy left because of Brett Brown and because of Ben Simmons. Because Ben Simmons didn't like the fact that they took the ball out of Ben's hands and gave it to Jimmy in the playoffs. So Jimmy didn't leave because of Embiid. Jimmy likes Embiid, and he's been on record saying it. He likes Embiid. Ben, not so much. Brett, not so much. He liked Embiid. He liked JJ. So that wasn't the reason Jimmy left. You might want to check some of the podcasts he's been on since then.
He kind of was. He didn't like. I don't think he particularly cared for Ben either. He didn't like Brett Brown, but he was like Ben. Him and Ben didn't have to.
Oh no, that's what I'm exactly.
Because what happened was Brett Brown took the ball out of Ben's hand at the end of games toward the playoffs. That's why we started winning. And that was the right thing to do, because unfortunately, when it comes to, I know
you keep it in the bean. I appreciate it.
At this point, we know Ben. We know Ben is good for the regular season. We know he's good for the first round of playoffs. After that, as the games get tighter and the competitions get tougher, he excels still defensively, because he held the young boy Trae Young in check the entire series. Watch where he shot for Game 7. His defense don't change. His assists don't change. But as far as shooting and the aggressiveness on the court, that does change. And that's
but the one thing. What's the role of your point guard? I'll tell you. Your point guard is supposed to be your floor general. So if you can't be that floor general, especially coming down the stretch where you kind of want to play under the radar and play in the background and be scared like that, you can't do that as a point guard. And the problem with the Sixers this year is they had, George Hill wasn't, he's old. This wasn't George Hill from 10 years ago with the Spurs and nothing like that. And Tyrese Maxey wasn't ready yet. Tyrese came in that one game and he gave a spark and helped us to win that game. But I don't think Tyrese Maxey was ready yet, because for one, he didn't have the summer league. He didn't have all the preseason. He didn't have all the bells and whistles of this preseason that he has this year. So I'm hoping to see a big step in his game this year, because I want him to be able to ball at the point guard good enough. Whereas though, if Ben Simmons want to play this game, sit over there, bruh. And if you don't come and suit up and watch the game, we're fining you.
And another person, Shake Milton, he didn't show up last year.
Oh, he definitely didn't.
And that we was looking for. My expectations last year was for him to come in and give us about 16 points a game, easy, like points that we can count on, and that cost us in the playoffs too. Let's say it was a lot of stuff that cost us not to advance to the third round, to the Eastern Conference Finals. Besides Ben Simmons,
I hear what you're saying, but guess what? What was the difference between everything up until them last 3 games of the playoffs?
Joel Embiid turned the ball over.
Nope. You said in Game 7, Joel turned it over. Okay, what about 1 through 6?
He had another 8-game turnover.
Stop. This
2 games in that series, he turned the ball over.
Which 2 games? Which 2 games was it?
2 losses.
Which games was it?
I don't know which game.
Was it 5 and 7?
I don't know.
Because if it was 5 and 7, Game 5 is where Ben Simmons started to turtle up. And this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I don't, like I've said during the season, I don't care if Ben Simmons scores. Game 2, Ben Simmons only had 2 points, but he put the cuffs on Trae and he distributed the ball. I had no problem with Ben Simmons' game in Game 2. He was playing aggressive. But then in Game 3, and he still was aggressive. Then Atlanta finally came out in Game 5. They was like, you know what? Let's hack a Ben in like the second quarter. And they hacked him a couple times and he was missing. They started making a comeback. And it was like, oh, bet this worked. So then they put it in the back of the mind. Nate, first of all, Nate he's underrated as a coach. I've always liked Nate as a coach.
He did good.
I liked him when he was in Seattle years ago, back when they had what's the boy, Rashard Lewis and Ray Allen. So, but they he put it in the back of his mind and said, oh, okay, he turtled up a little bit on that. So then toward the end of the game, they started hacking him again. And remember, that's the game when he just kept missing. The fans was cheering. Then they came back. Fans was, come on, Ben. You can do it, Ben. You can do it, Ben. That's how the fans was for Ben. And then he still lumped up.
Hacker Ben killed us. It did.
It killed him. And when it killed him, then he wasn't a floor general anymore. All that fake swagger he showed, like when he dunking on somebody, and all the pose and all that. Where was that at when he had Trae Young under the bottom? Then he threw it to Tyrese. Threw it to what's it? You know the ball name, the small forward, the defensive ball. Like, come on, man. I'm disappointed in him for real, because I felt like even with him not shooting, if he just hit free throws and didn't turn the ball over, I think we could compete with anybody.
I still think that we should bring him back.
All that being said, I'm mad at him and everything else. If they brought him back and he willing to put in work, I'm not mad at that. But I don't see him doing that. He's showing in his character. Instead of putting in the work, he wants to put in the blame. And that's what I'm saying. Like, come on, bro. Everybody loved AI. Some people couldn't stand AI personality, this, that, and other. Very few, but AI has been loved in this town because of his work ethic. You look at players. You got players in this town. For the Phillies, Chase Utley, stay hurt.
Herb saying Danny Green's still here.
Yep.
But unless he's saying he was going during the playoffs, we missed him. We lost the starter in the middle of the series.
Don't say that because you was ripping Danny all year.
I did hear up and down games, but we still needed him. We missed him.
But I don't think we lost Danny in game 1, but we won game 2 when Ben came out and put the cuffs on. And now that game, you saying nobody else got blamed. I blame Doc for that because why didn't you should have been Ben Simmons should have been on him from the jump. That's the whole point of having Ben Simmons, and the advantage we have is you have this 6'10" point guard. When he goes up against people like Steph Curry or Trae Young, he should be able to be a better defender against them. Those guys that are the engine for their team. So I put game 1 on Doc.
I put a poll up. Should the Sixers bring back Ben? And right now, 67% of the people in the chat said no.
It's 69 now because I just voted.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but that being said, like I said, if his mindset to this whole off season, his mindset after what happened to me makes it feel like it's kind of like when Andy Reid left, it was just time for Andy to go. I just think it's time for him to go.
Email, call up because we want you to I got a Jalen Hurts question that I want you to chime in on. So.
Man, stop trying to load the deck. You already know what he gonna
No, I'm just saying. Email hit up.
Well, if he listening, then when we bring it up, he know the numbers.
Yo, email hit up real quick because clearly Wayne is on his hate mission. So I thought you'd be a good chance to use it.
I keep it real, bro. That's my thing. I show mad love. I'm the real Philly fan. We show love when it's deserved, and we hate when it's warranted. That's what we do in Philly.
So
we show mad support, but then when somebody not doing their part, we let them know.
So the question that we have that we pose, and I'm about to put another poll, is Jalen Hurts' arm strong enough to win in the NFL, to win a Super Bowl? Is his arm strong? Do we have a strong enough arm? And I will admit, Wayne was the first person to come out and say that he felt that he didn't like the strength of Jalen Hurts' arm, feeling that it should be a little bit he like his with more zip, his quarterback. But I don't see what he's talking about because I see Jalen Hurts balling out for us. I see him pinpoint accuracy.
That's not a zip on the ball though. Nick Foles had, and mind you, I'm still not saying that you can't necessarily win with him, but listen, you won a Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer in Baltimore. You can win. Nick Foles won a Super Bowl, but you can. But for my quarterback, for me to feel the same way y'all feel about you and Emil feel about Jalen, I don't think that he has that, especially up here in the Northeast. We play when the winds start whipping and everything else. I like for my quarterback to be able to zip the ball in there, and I don't think that he has that.
We only play half the games. You play half the games in Philly, and it's not. And most of them is in the first 4 is closer to the beginning of the season.
So let me ask you this: what do you always try to get going into the playoffs?
Home field advantage.
So then where will he be playing in the wintertime in the playoffs?
How was that? I don't see where
will he be playing in the wintertime?
So all his balls just gonna be sinking.
No, not all of them. I don't think that. And that's like, in all honesty, even when I look at him throwing the ball, even when he throws the deep ball, I don't feel like even in underneath stuff, I don't feel like he hits people in his right foot like Garofalo or whatever his name is for San Fran. It was one play last week when they got a big gain and he zipped it to the bull running across the middle. He caught it and kept going. I don't think Jalen has that zip on it. And that's why a lot of times when I think Jalen is smart. I think he's athletic.
Star Screen said Drew Brees won a Super Bowl and his arm was never strong.
Yeah, and Drew Brees played in the dome and he won 1 Super Bowl. Yep.
And Brandon Stokes said Armstrong won't matter with right scheme. But
it still matters a little bit.
Sirianni, I mean, I keep going back and forth. At first, I thought he was growing on me, but then he did a lot of stupid stuff last week. So now I'm like back at square one.
Who you talking about?
Sirianni.
Yeah, because you want him. So that's another issue we got to talk about. What's up with the second half, Jalen Hurts? It seemed like when teams make adjustments to his running abilities, all of a sudden in the second, how many? I wish I got to find that stat. But what his second half stats are opposed to his first half stats.
That was based off of one game. I mean,
no, it wasn't. No, it was not. It was talking about his first since he been playing.
It's such a short sample. I can't even sit there and be like, okay, based off of 5 games.
But after 5 games, you tell me how great he is.
You can see potential. You can see the growth that he's making. That's what I'm saying.
What growth is he making?
All right, last year he turned the ball over a lot of times. This year he has no turnover so far. That's growth to me.
He had a lot of touchdowns last year. How many you got this year?
I mean, he didn't have any last game, but he had 3 the first game, so he's done.
Yeah, against the Atlanta Falcons, like I told y'all when we beat the Atlanta Falcons.
All right, well, we'll see what happens when we go against Dallas on Monday.
We will.
What's up, boy?
You just muted yourself, bro.
What's up?
What's up?
Now the boy Jalen Hurts. Wayne is trying to give him all this grief, saying that his arm strength ain't good enough to play in the Eagles Stadium in Lincoln Financial Field. Tell him how crazy that sounds.
Wayne wants to find anything to hate on Hurts because his man Wentz is in Indianapolis.
I don't care about Wentz. He's in Indianapolis. I'm worried about my quarterback.
But what about the clip I showed you last year against Dallas?
The one pass to Deshaun Jackson?
Yeah, the 50, what was that? 55-yarder?
55-yard pass to Deshaun before he picked it up and took it another 40 yards.
Mm-hmm. And what about the ones when he underthrew people this year? Why is like you said, like you told me before?
What I'm saying
go ahead.
Does that show arm strength?
The sun shines on a dog tail once in a while. Like I'm saying, a broke clock is right 2 times a day. I don't think that he has. I just don't. But that being said, I do think that I'm not saying that I don't think that he's solid. I think he's a backup quarterback. I think he's an NFL backup quarterback. That's what I think.
Okay. Well, the thing about power, even when you're throwing the ball, it comes from your legs. So if his arm is looking like he's lacking that strength, it's because, like Ephraim was saying, Ephraim even brought it out last week, which was accurate. If anything is lacking in his power, it's coming from his delivery, his technique. He has to work on his technique. But again, like he showed last year, he has that arm strength to put the ball out there with the best of them.
But see, that's what when you're talking about working, and that's like when Ephraim said, I don't doubt that, and I don't have no problem. I'm not saying that he can never work on stuff again. I'm just saying, in judging him right now, this is what I see.
You call him a backup quarterback?
I do. As right now, I think he's a backup quarterback. I do.
See,
I'm saying that right now. Like I said, listen. I hope I'm wrong because I hate seeing I don't want to see my team lose. Not like y'all two did when we had Wentz. Y'all wanted the Eagles to lose so bad because y'all wanted to big up Dak. Dak because Dak was so much better than him.
You're confusing reality with fantasy.
What fantasy and what reality am I confusing?
Your fantasy is that we wanted the Eagles to lose. The reality was we told you Wentz was trash.
But Wentz wasn't trash.
Wentz is trash. And it
what? So was Wentz trash when he was an MVP candidate?
He never won. Why you talking about? That's like saying
he was an MVP candidate. Was he trash?
Wait. He literally did the exact same thing. You literally said a dog, the sun could shine on a dog every whatever you said.
So it signed on him for 1 season.
So you're going to take 1 year, just like you saying, I took 1 pass for Hurts. You're going to take 1 year for Wentz.
Well, his QB rating, even on the years that you said was bad, his QB rating was like a 90-something a couple years. What's Hurts' QB rating?
No, he had.
Why wasn't it?
Okay, what was his? He never played a whole season. Never.
Okay. He's
injury prone.
I'm not debating that.
He had the biggest drop off from 1 year to the next in NFL history. The biggest drop in the history of the league. He's been inconsistent more than he's been consistent.
Carson Wentz Well, so far this year he is a 95 rating with 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. But like I said, I get you with the whole injury thing. In 2019, he had a 93 overall quarterback rating. In 2018, he was 102 quarterback rating. In 2017, he was 101 quarterback rating. So all I'm saying is, and I agree. Like it was time for Wentz to go too. It was time for him to go. I just don't think Hurts is the answer.
He can't complete a season. He's even proven that now in Indianapolis.
Yeah. Hurts can't complete a game. He's trash in the second half. He threw for like 32 yards in the second half.
Wait, let me get my point of
Go ahead. My bad. You got it.
Wentz can't complete a season. His accuracy and his turnovers was in question.
So does that make Jalen better?
It wasn't just one thing. See, you keep throwing out a quarterback rating like that matters. It was everything involved. It wasn't just one thing.
Can I ask you this question? Who has a better receiving core?
Wentz had the better receiving core.
When? Tim, you answer that, Tim.
See, this
Wentz had the better. First of all, there's a rookie. You got a rookie. You got a second-year player. You got somebody who's trash with J.J. Arcega-Whiteside.
Starting receivers is a rookie and 2 second-year players, and you're saying he has the better receiving core than Wentz.
So who was the better receivers that Wentz had? You
Wentz
better not say Alshon Jeffries.
Was Jeffries a Pro Bowler?
Okay.
Was Jeffries a Pro Bowler? What Pro Bowl did?
He was always hurt, like you said about Wentz. Jeffrey was always hurt, so it don't count, right? Ain't that what you told me about injuries?
Wait, what Pro Bowl
wasn't he hurt?
Did Devontae Smith go to?
Wasn't he hurt? He just started the league.
Exactly, he just started.
So is he better? So is he better than Alshon?
All right, so what wide receiver we got that's better than Alshon?
Devontae.
A rookie that played 2 games. It's better than a Pro Bowler.
You're going to automatically say he's better than Alshon.
This is what I mean about. That's why I said you showing your bias with Wentz.
Okay, okay, I'll switch it off on you. So you're saying the same thing, but you telling me that has Carson Wentz ever made a Pro Bowl? How many Pro Bowls did Jalen Hurts make? But you told me Jalen Hurts was so much better than him, right? Last year, you said Jalen Hurts was better than Carson.
Jalen Hurts was better than Carson last year. Was he?
But Carson made Pro Bowls
last year. Who was the better quarterback?
But Carson made Pro Bowl, right?
I didn't say Jalen Hurts had a better career than Carson Wentz. I said last year, who was the better quarterback?
That's easy.
They was about saying.
Get out of here. All right, Email. Thanks for the call, man. Yo,
listen, like I said, listen. Carson Wentz is not our quarterback. I don't care about Carson. I ripped Carson in the early part of last season. I was being told I was a hater because I was ripping Carson in the early part of last season. I rip who I think is not playing up to par and what we should be getting from them.
Thank you, Brandon Stokes. Wentz had prime Alshon.
He didn't. Prime Alshon was in Chicago. Prime Alshon was in Chicago, and he kept getting hurt.
But he came here to Philly and he balled out for us. He balled out for us.
He wasn't no prime. But that's what I'm saying. You can't sit here and make this issue about Wentz being one of the big knocks you want to put on Wentz is that he was always hurt. Alshon was hurt just as much as he was.
But he played that season. That season he was pretty healthy.
And so was Wentz that season when he was an MVP candidate.
He didn't win MVP.
I'm just saying you can't have it both ways. I'm gonna rip them both. I'll rip them both. I ripped Wentz last year. I ripped him last year, and I don't care about Wentz now. He's not on my team. What I do care about is my quarterback and what I think of him. And then when I get into that Wentz and Hurts thing is just with people like y'all, like that hated on Carson Wentz all the years he was here. But now all of a sudden, as soon as Hurts get here, oh, the future is bright. I haven't seen nothing from Hurts to tell me the future is bright.
You'll see on Monday. All right, we're gonna wrap this thing up. Thank y'all for joining us. You got any final thoughts before we roll?
Yeah, I hope Jalen Hurts proves me wrong.
He will prove you wrong.
Okay.
All right, but again, we will be back on Monday after the game with a victory over Dallas. So I'm looking forward to that victory. Monday is media day, so we'll get to hear from Joel, the turncoat, to sit there, the snake. Then he's gonna try to put out that tweet.
Oh, Joel the snake?
Oh yeah, he's a snake too. He's a snake if I ain't never see one. Then he gonna sit there, put out that tweet. We want everybody back. He only did that because he don't want to seem like he was the one that tried to push Ben back.
He didn't push Ben back. Ben didn't say it was other players. He said it was Maury and it was Doc.
But no, he wanted to come out.
He said it was Maury and Doc.
I know Ben is not Ben, but Joel ain't nothing but a snake. And we're gonna see the great thing about it, when Ben not playing, you're gonna really see who he really is.
Let me make a quick point though. I did think about this, right? You know what's funny is last week, I didn't even say anything about Jalen Hurts' play. I actually told everybody the first week I'm not getting too excited about whatever because it's a long season. I didn't come out. I didn't come out ripping Jalen last week. It was another host on the show that came out ripping him. I want him to be good. All I'm saying is I'm telling you what I don't see. In the same way, Emil, who was just on here, was telling me nobody said that but you. You're the only person to say that. It's funny how last week people like Seth Joyner and a couple other people came out saying they questioned his arm strength. The same thing I questioned last year.
We'll see next week. We'll
see.
All right. Thanks for listening.
But just know if his arm strength don't increase, y'all going to hear me all year next year.
All right. Thanks for watching.